Welcome to the Antonio Parkinson Project. Today, we are talking about...
Just with the Mess is not at Breakfast Club. I'm just hilarious up here. Fuck, I'm Jessica Moore.
Court documents say all of the teens reported Fortenberry would send them nude and explicit photos.
We also have Sherita Nicole. She is an author, and we're going to talk about her life and her book in a couple of segments, so don't go anywhere. I promise you, you do not want to miss this show. Hit that subscribe button. We'll be right back. You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project. Welcome back to the Antonio Parkinson Project. You're watching the fastest growing visual podcast in the Memphis market. Let's give it up for one. You see why? You see how those segments go, right?
Oh, baby, it's all over the
place. Y'all give it up for my lovely co-host, Angelica Jelly Woods, who is now relaxed because her boss is gone.
I ain't saying please.
You can be yourself now.
I was myself the whole time.
Hi, Angelica.
Hey, guys, I'm free. I'm free of Virgo chains. I'm free. I'm joking.
I'll give it to my DJ. That's my DJ. DJ Kojak.
Yo, DJ.
Yeah, DJ Kojak. Scratch it up for our guests one time. Four times. Scratch it up for our guests 4 times.
That's one time for the book, man. Y'all make sure y'all get this book.
Hey, Sherita, did you hear that?
I did.
Yeah,
I thought you were sanctified line.
Your book getting ready to sell out. Your book getting ready to sell out.
Yeah, we received that now.
I received it.
Hey, Kojak, before we get into the segment with Sherita, there was some stuff going on in Breakfast Club we got to talk about real quick. Well, yeah, what's it?
We still on that? Okay.
We still on that. I told you.
Just with the mess, man. If you missed the rant that she did, she went off. I'm talking about went off. Now, we all know she just had a baby, and some people said it may be postpartum or whatnot, but she got a chance to vent how she really feel, man. Because Lauren LaRosa, she stepped in, in her absence, and she did her thing. Mm-hmm. So when Jeff got back, she like, hold on now. This sister a little too good. They trying to get rid of me. And other folk like Corey Holcomb and the internet's been tearing her ass up.
Jack, you better cut it up.
But internet been tearing her up. And like Charlamagne said, you can't really pay that no attention. Envy said the same thing. So when they got on the show, instead of having a regular show, they had a whole show to expose it.
Okay, I think we got a little video.
Yeah,
we got that. Let's play it.
Okay.
It's her segment. I went to the person who does the intros, the sounds. I went to Taylor. Yo, Taylor, make Lauren her intro. Take Jess with the Mess, all that shit. She says, things can't just change like that. Why the fuck not? Why not? Y'all changing everything else, and I'm the only one that don't know. My goofy ass don't know nothing. I'm just coming to work every day, just zippity-doo-dah-day, and you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, take my name out that shit. Just with the Mess is not at Breakfast Club. I'm just hilarious up here. Fuck, I'm Jessica Moore up here. Just with the Mess is not being done. Lauren LaRosa is doing the shit. So that need to be her segment. I fought for that segment. What are we talking about? While her fans and her people and the Breakfast Club people and the people in the comments, man, I'm not ready to sit up here and act like I don't see that shit. Are y'all crazy? One thing I ain't never try to do is act unbothered unless shit never bothered me. Man, what? You try coming back to work. You try to come back to work, and the motherfucker is right there at your desk, and ain't nobody telling you shit, mind you. Nobody telling you nothing, mind you. Before you know it, everybody thinking you're the villain. Like, I'm the villain. Because I didn't know shit. I'm sick of that. I'm very, very sick of that. I'm sick of the shit. It's weird. I don't fuck with it.
Woo! I told you.
That was my first time seeing it.
Yeah,
that's
but
crazy. Man, but look, let me ask the audience something, and I'm gonna ask you women in here too, because it's been a lot of estrogen, popping off in here today.
you like
But
estrogen. Shut up.
but are women too hard and competitive on each other?
Yes,
And to the audience, y'all chime in on live too. Let us know if you think women are too hard and competitive with each other, especially black women.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
Right, and y'all can answer that in here.
I'll let Sherita. Okay, I'm gonna call you Sheree or Sherita. I don't know which one I'm using.
Whichever one you want to.
Sherita.
Whichever one you want to use.
Okay. What you think?
I believe so. Very in competition with each other instead of us really encouraging each other. Like, hey, I got this plan. I know how to do this. Let me help you with it. It's always a competition. Like it's not enough money out there for all of us to get it. So that's just my input on it.
And why do you feel that way though?
I would say from personal experience, even from coming from high school, because I think Jess talked about it being ran like a high school on her little thing that she had going on. It's always someone who looks at you like competition, where you may not even be looking at that person. You might be like, oh, okay.
Ain't paying them no attention.
Not even really thinking about them. And they're like, they looking at you like you're competition. I'm like,
usually it's always something that you got that they want.
Yeah.
People say, oh, they don't like me for no reason. No, there's a reason.
Yeah,
it's usually you got something that they want. But give us an example of a personal experience that makes you say that.
Man. I can say from a work environment, it was a lady who used to always say, why are you always so happy? You always come in and you're on 10. And I'm just like, well, what's the problem? What kind of pills you on? What you taking every day?
Give me one.
And of course, me being the person I am, Jesus.
Jesus.
And I'm just like, and she really picked with me, like if I was 1 minute late or whatever, it was just always something. And so I just didn't understand. I didn't get it. And I'm just like, what did I do to you? But of course, that's a self issue that people have.
Yeah.
So
but I think Jess doesn't naturally come off as a hater. That's what I think she's trying to say. She never gave that vibe. She feels like she just tells the truth. I think people get truth telling confused with hating.
And then they get it mixed up when how the message is delivered.
Yes.
People can't stand directness, man.
They don't like it, and she real direct. A little too, but
she said that though.
But I think she's a postpartum, like not Parkinson, Kojak said.
You think so?
Yes. Postpartum make you snappy and crazy. Okay, listen.
But Jess was direct. Jess was direct before she got pregnant.
But she has a heightened it's like an anger. But she might be tired. I mean, when you tired, black women have always had a double show up on anything, and then you feel like you being strategically pinned against your co-host or whatever who was there while you was on maternity leave. And we didn't show this part where Charlamagne texted her and was like, "No, y'all keep the drama going, y'all."
For the show.
Yes, good drama. Feed the numbers, y'all.
Feed into it. Yeah.
We normalize that it's okay to be in a competition or to be rude. And yes, we do. Women think of each other. I tell people all the time, we get dressed for the other woman. They be like, men be like, it don't take all that. Nah, so I tell you that Parkinson. He be like, come down here. I said, no, my toes is not done. People ain't gonna be zooming on my feet and my hands. Women looking at me crazy. Yeah, women. We dress for women. We do because we be critical.
Cross for good luck. It's
not cross, but if your toenails chipped, women are just very highly critical of other women.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
Period.
And that affects how you move.
Yes, it does.
Kojak, if a man is critical,
hey, we ain't talking about y'all. It's women's, but we ain't talking about you.
Definitely not. But I understand what they're saying. At one point, I was at the Department of Human Service, and I had to supervise. An office with 300 women, and I'm talking about.
You was living a good life.
Definitely want a good life. Because you got these things that's that as a man, I'm looking like that's what you worry about. That's what you're thinking about. That's what's going on. So I think Jess was upset because the information wasn't given to her. And with the lack of information, you start creating things in your mind.
We crazy.
That's what I think it was.
And she said that. She said she
like,
put it together.
What's going on? I'm trying to, you putting stuff together that really don't go together sometimes. But in her head, she felt that way. So
somebody in the comments said women are too hard on each other and competitive. And she said, most definitely, and it's not a black woman thing. And she said she's speaking from experience. So tell us a little bit about your life that where you've had these situations.
Can I piggyback on your question?
Piggyback on my question if you want to.
Yeah, because even if you look at the book and you look on your scar on your face, how did you get that scar and the story behind women? Because a lot of people may need to know that since we're talking about women.
And so tell the story, but we'll talk about the book in the next segment. But tell the story.
Okay, so I dealt with a lot of anger growing up because of things that happened to me as a child, like the molestation and the rape from a family member. So with that anger built up, you couldn't say anything to me. You might have been looking at me saying, "Oh, I like her shoes," and I'm thinking you're talking about me. So of course there's that anger that's coming up. So with me receiving my scars, it was not my fight. Nobody wants to believe that was not my fight. But anywho, my windows got bust out of my car.
You were in high school, right?
This was my freshman year in college.
Okay, college.
Freshman year in college. And I was in nursing school. And of course, the regular drama. I was living in some apartments and it was the hood. I was living with my sister because it was closer to the school that I was attending.
What school?
I'm from Millington. I went to the just because it's closed down now. Just because you asked me, I can't even think of it. But anyways, it was a medical school in Bartlett that they had.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's where I was at. A young lady, windows got busted out of my car. It wasn't for my car. A few weeks passed. I ended up seeing the young lady that they said that did it. My sister's neighbor said it was like 3 girls that bust my windows out of my car. Whatever.
What do you mean it wasn't for your car?
Yeah, it wasn't for my car. Me and the young lady that we lived in the same apartments, of course. Y'all know those old hood apartments that had like different stairwells for each set of apartments.
Yeah. That's how Molestation down here off of Jackson.
So we were in Watkins Manor.
Oh shit! Oh, we got stories.
That changed the story. Okay, I don't know none of that means.
Remember I told that story about Watkins
Oh, about the boy that came in there.
Yeah.
That's the same place.
We were in Watkins Manor. So anywho, so we get into a fight.
That was good. I didn't know
and she cussed me with like, do you guys remember that blade from Color Purple that she was cutting Mister with? She had one of those. Like, yes. Really? So she cuts me and
over the busted windows.
Cause I'm like, did you bust my windows? And she was like, I don't know who you're talking about. I was like, well, your sister, I'm like, your sister said you did it too. So we get into the fight, right?
Oh, that's how it was the wrong person.
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
So, anywho, I'm cut.
Not regularly cut. Cut
yes,
where?
Like my chest.
What?
I have some scars here, my belly,
and
my face. Like she was just swinging. She wasn't hitting me. So me in my mind, because I've always used to fight, I'm like, oh, this is the easiest fight ever. Not knowing. So then, of course, adrenaline is rushing. I'm getting out of breath, all of that. I'm like, so my face started feeling funny. So first thing I do is feel for my face. I hear somebody, y'all know in the apartments, somebody gets fighting. It's 1 million people out there. So they're like, she cutting her. So they break us up. I start trying to run to the house. I start trying to run to the house to get a gun because I'm like, I'm about to kill her. And in this process, one of the guys from the apartments, he picks me up. He's running me. He like, man, cuz gonna kill us. That was the guy that I was talking to then. He was incarcerated. He's gonna kill us. He gonna kill us because something happened to you. So anyways, the ambulance come. They called the ambulance. All of that. It was like a whole lot that happened. I know we're on a short notice time, but I flatline once I get on.
What?
Oh wow, this is new.
Flatline on the ambulance.
Wow,
they bring me back. Soon as we roll into the med, I flatline again.
Oh wow.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
I wake up. There's a lady on me. Of course, she was giving me CPR. So I'm coming back. They're like, "Hey, we have her back." They're like, "Hey, we need A positive on standby." Blah 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 blah. Asking for everything medical.
Mm-hmm.
But once they hooked me up and everything, my levels start going up by themselves. And they're like, they're not understanding.
Mm-hmm.
I bled for 3 hours. I did not receive anyone's blood. I left the hospital the same night.
What?
Same night.
She
I walked
died twice and left the hospital the same
same
night.
night.
That's
They
gonna get
watched
clipped.
me. Listen, they watched me because they were like, we just need to observe and make sure everything is fine.
What kind of insurance you have? This giving me you didn't have good insurance vibes. 'Cause how you leave the same night?
No,
I'm
like
just joking.
they
I'm
was
just joking.
it's giving me the Lord done kept me vibes. Listen.
Let's go home.
So
Gotta be
yes,
God.
and I was not rolled out in a wheelchair. I walked out of the hospital.
Oh my God.
So of course that was the healing portion, leaving and all of that. And I had all this anger built up. Like I had in my mind, I know what I'm gonna do to her when I see her.
Yeah.
I know that feeling. Though. I've
Like
been there.
thinking
Yeah.
of things like I'm gonna torture her.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm.
real life torture her. Like I'm gonna
Mhm.
use the same thing she used. I'm
Yeah.
pouring some alcohol in all her cuts.
Mm.
Ooh.
Like, Yeah, I
I've
had
been there.
thoughts.
I would
I've been
have
that angry
acid.
before, though.
I
I've
had
been
thoughts
there.
in my head
Yeah.
that I know I
Yeah.
shouldn't have been thinking.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
it was,
Mhm.
yeah.
And look, having been there, did you come to terms with it in your head too?
Mhm.
After I do all of this, I'm okay. Cause I remember when I felt that way when I was
Yeah, you better
14,
shoot
and I was
plug.
like, I don't care what the consequences are.
Listen,
Yeah.
it was like I was ready to be on the mugshot. Like,
Man,
Whoa.
right? Yeah, I'm serious,
listen,
man. Yeah.
and it was really like I tell people, it was my whole story is it's just God
Mhm.
because I ended up forgiving her within those 8 months.
Mm.
It was the first time that I heard the Holy Spirit say, "Hey, why not you?" Because I'm like, "Why you let this happen?" I've been fighting since high school, since middle school, fighting boys, girls,
Can't
whoever.
imagine that.
I just, I know, because you know
Right.
the me
Yeah.
You
now.
don't even look like
I
that.
don't know the other version.
You're all sweet and shit.
I know.
But yes, anger will change you. Like when you don't deal with your issues,
Mhm.
when you don't get the help that you need,
Mm.
it will change who you
It
are.
really will, and it becomes your norm.
And it's like it's
Yeah.
normal.
It's normal. I'm telling you.
Mm.
Like it's normal. You can walk
Mhm.
around like it's nothing. But
Right.
yeah, so I ended up forgiving her. She did do a little time, not a whole lot. My mom ended up passing from cancer. So I stopped going to court. I'm like, I'm not constantly
Yeah.
doing this. And so I went to her baptism. We
Wow.
talked. She apologized. I apologized. It
Wow.
was, man,
Number God, because some people can't forgive somebody from cutting them off in the middle of the street.
listen,
Right.
listen.
Hey,
So-
but look, y'all listen. Don't go anywhere because there's more to the story, and we're gonna talk about this book. I got the book right here, The Beauty in My Scars. There is more to the story.
Look at her scars.
So
on
do
her.
not go anywhere. Hit that subscribe button. We'll be right back. You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
I can't say no to your job, cause I wanna lose my mind with you. I can't say no to your love, cause I wanna lose my mind with you.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Elise Neal. You are watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
Welcome back to the Antonio Parkinson Project. You're watching the fastest growing visual podcast in the Memphis market. Let's get it. It's because you hear these stories, man. These stories, these are exclusive right here on the Antonio Parkinson Project. Y'all give it up for my lovely co-host, Angelica Jelly Wilson.
Hey, I want some new things. Good story.
And give it up for my DJ. That's my DJ Coach.
Okay.
Yep,
DJ.
yep. And y'all give it up for Sherita. Sherita's in the building. Come on. Before we get to her book, The Beauty in My Scars,
Yes.
there was an incident in Indiana, Angelica.
A teacher. Mm-hmm.
What did the teacher do, Angelica?
Well, she was 1 years old, and she was a former teacher at an Indiana school. Allegedly, she did this at 2 schools.
At 2 schools?
Yeah, 2 schools. I'm
Okay.
reading 2. Look, I ain't gonna say who. One somebody back here really wanted to be them, and they feel like they had a missed opportunity. But I ain't gonna say it because we live, and I ain't trying to brag. But anyway, but she was charged with sexually abusing children.
What?
while wearing allegedly having them let her wear a mask.
Wait a minute, Angelica, you're not explaining this right because I can't follow you, and I'm here with you.
You ain't following.
She was charged with abusing children and wearing a mask. What's she wearing?
She's trying to get the students to have
Mardi Gras mask like you was trying to get me to put on.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, but some type of mask. And some people get off on the weirdest.
It was a scream mask.
Yeah, get off. When you would hear a scream mask.
It was a scream mask.
Oh, yeah.
It was a
People
scream.
get off.
A scream.
Scream.
I know, like the horror movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. But people get off on the weirdest things. So she wanted them to have sex with her while wearing the scream mask.
Them? Who is them?
The students.
This high school?
How many students?
Really, two.
I think we got a little video.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Drop the clip.
New tonight, more teenage students in Morgan County are now coming forward, and they're accusing a former teacher of sexual misconduct with a minor. Ashton Hackman is in Morgan County to explain why the prosecutors are now looking to bring even more charges against this woman.
31-year-old Brittany Fortenberry has been held here at the Morgan County Jail since her arrest last month on charges of sexual misconduct with a minor. Since then, 5 new victims have come forward with additional allegations. Prosecutors have asked to file up to 24 additional criminal charges against her, including 10 counts of child molesting, sexual misconduct with a minor, and 13 other charges for disseminating material harmful to minors and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Court documents say all of the teens reported Fortenberry would send them nude and explicit photos and videos on Snapchat and force them to have group sex at her Martinsville home. A child victim advocate says it's important for parents to feel comfortable having difficult conversations with their children.
And what we just encourage is that parents kind of ask that open-ended question, and they give their children a chance to speak, and then they praise their courage at that time rather than asking them questions about what they did or why they didn't tell. The last thing that we want is a child to feel blame or shame as a result of making a disclosure.
We reached out to the Morgan County Prosecutor's Office to see when these formal charges will be filed. We have not yet heard back. In Morgan County, Ashton Hackman, 13 News.
All right. Ooh, okay.
They really mad.
Okay.
They want to be some of the students so bad.
No, that's like junior high. I mean, what's the
Look,
junior
some
high?
people don't care. They said junior high.
That's come on, man.
But
Sick.
That's it. That's it.
look, he looking like thinking.
I'm thinking it was. I
Kojak
thought it was
said
high
he think
school.
his wife listening. Oh,
I'm gonna be honest.
Thank you. Please
Yeah.
be
When I
honest.
was 14, I was trying to holler.
They
at
said
grown
14?
women. Yes, and that was just junior high.
He rubbed his
I
hands
was-
together. Oh, yeah.
I
Look,
was
Dad,
in
Kojak.
the ninth grade, but
Look, he felt nasty.
when I was in 14, I was trying to holler at grown women. My mama ran a grown woman off, and I was so embarrassed, man. She ran a ground. She looked like Ola Ray back in the day. Kojak, she looked like Ola Ray. Kojak, you remember Ola Ray was in the woman in Thriller from Thriller?
Yeah.
And she used to work at the little clothing store next door to my mom's beauty shop, right? And so every day
Look, he think about it right now.
Every day.
Yeah,
When I
that's
got home
something
from school, I'll go if I wasn't doing here, I would go next door and be in them racks like this, standing between the clothes racks. Like, yeah.
She like your hey Miss Parker,
yeah,
the person
right,
like that.
right.
Hey Miss Parker.
And nothing ever happened, but I wanted something to happen.
Oh Lord.
But she did come to the beauty shop and sit down on her lunch break, and my mom came up and my mom was like, can you tell me what it is that you want with a 14-year-old boy? Man, you could have bought me for a nickel.
He was mad, Mom, why you hate Mom?
No, I was this close. No,
Fast was that? Manish. Well, they said manish. Look. I wonder if she's still living.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
She's still living. You still want a chance?
I don't. Hey, she was 24 at the time. I was 14.
I was gonna see what you was gonna say, but no.
buddy.
I do have a question, and it's these certain circumstances. Sometimes when you're molested or taken advantage of, some people become promiscuous, or I say hoe, have hoe syndromes, or they become bisexual, gay. Do you think this is true, or how do you feel about that?
It's very true. Even going into college, I questioned my sexuality after having a man to violate you. You kind of sort of don't even look at dudes or anything like that. You don't look at them the same.
But it's more of from not a man. No man violate you as an adult. Did they? When did you said you?
I was a child when I was violated.
Okay, tell us that story.
So I was violated by a family member. It started off with just fondling. Of course, you know, they're gonna act like you're wrestling and playing and stuff like that. Fondling then moved to even more. And so, and if I could share just a personal experience,
share whatever you want to share here. You don't have to give us the glossed over version.
I couldn't stand saliva, like spit. So even when I got married, I don't want to see no
why
spit.
could you stand?
I'm about to go into that. Give me a second.
He ready to learn.
Listen, so of course, when you're younger,
Kodak's like, wait a minute, I don't know where she's going, Kodak. You know, okay.
When you're younger, you don't have moisture. As a young lady, you don't have moisture. So you don't have any lubrication. So of course, that's what he had to use in order to get his penis into my vagina.
Oh my God. Okay. You just went. Okay.
So that's why I said I did not like saliva. So there's a lot of things that come into play while young women or young men end up going to the same sex or becoming promiscuous or anything, because something was deposited when you got violated. So now you don't know what you want. You don't know, you know that this felt nasty. This did not feel good. And then of course that's already been open for you. So now you got to feed something. You're like, okay, well, I'm missing something because I haven't had it because this person does not violate you anymore. So you may become promiscuous and you're going to have sex with Tom, Dick, and Harry. Or you're going to go over here and say, well, I don't want that no more. I know that didn't feel good. Let me try this. And so that's how that comes about. So it's very true. If you don't deal with the issues, if you don't get healed from those scars from your past, it can affect your adulthood. So I believe that's very true, Jelly.
So how does the relationship with the person that did this? Do you still have a relationship with that person? I don't know.
After this person, they ended up getting in
help.
They go to jail.
They didn't go to jail. Of course, y'all know in a lot of families we sweep a lot under the rug.
Yeah.
You'll be okay. You deal with it the best that you can. What happens in your house stays in your house. You better not speak about it. Of course, I'm pretty sure a lot of us have heard that.
Let me before you go to his question, let me ask you this. Who told you that? To keep it to you, to keep it.
No one told me to keep that to myself, but other conversations. What happened in his house, stay in his house. So if you've heard that growing up, you know not to say, you ain't gonna take nothing outside of this house. So I let my mom know what was going on. I did tell her what was going on or whatever, but this person ended up getting incarcerated for something else. And once the Lord started dealing with me about forgiveness, because I had to forgive the young lady that I got into a fight with and cut me and everything. He began to let me know that there were some other areas that I needed to forgive in. So once this person was released, and he actually got released on my daughter's birthday. And so it's like a day I'll never forget. I had to tell him that I forgive him. I had to let him know that, hey, you don't have to hold your head down and you need to forgive, letting him know you need to forgive yourself as well. But I did let him know, hey, I have to forgive you because what you've done to me affected me from then all the way up. I can't even love my husband like I'm supposed to or allow us to be intimate like we need to, because I still had some unforgiveness in me. I still was certain things my husband couldn't do to me. And when you're married, your husband should be able to, whatever y'all discuss. I ain't gonna say everything, but let me correct that. But whatever you guys have, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you guys agree on, it shouldn't be that he can't do this, or he can't kiss you like this, or he can't rub you like this, because of you're identifying it with what happened to you as a child.
Called your ACEs, the adverse childhood experiences.
So,
and then women are so mental, so like we're so mental, so we're mentally turned off. It's just hard. But I have a question.
Remember Dr. Lynette Anderson talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about that.
When you're getting intimate, it's a whole lot.
It's a mental.
Yes.
She's actually watching, but go ahead.
Hey, Dr. Anderson.
Hey, Dr. Anderson.
Hey, girl. But anyway, I have a question though. When you date somebody, so when you start dating your husband, is that something you disclose? You feel like people should disclose, like, hey, I was molested because like you said, it has so much long term, and you work with women who may not, they might be married and their husband
still have not told their husband.
That's crazy.
So here's the thing.
Yes.
So here's the thing. My husband knew that I had been violated. He didn't know how in depth it was.
How did he know?
I shared with him that I had been molested. Yeah. But most people think molestation is just a fondle. It's just a touch.
Yeah.
So you have to actually add in that word rape, because as a child, you don't consent to someone having intercourse with you, you know?
Yeah.
So
How old were you?
Yeah, about to ask that.
I cannot remember the age.
Okay.
I know that I had not started my monthly cycle
Okay.
or any of
You got
that.
to be under 12 then.
Yes.
13, 12.
So I don't remember the exact age. I know that it went on for a few years.
Let me ask you this. Where was your protection? You know, the people that were supposed to protect you, who was protecting you or not protecting you?
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
So I believe because it was made in our family, I believe it was made. I wouldn't say that it was okay, but I think it probably had happened to others. So once I let my mother know what went on, of course, she kicked this person out. She did, or whatever, said what she had to say. But I wouldn't say that I had a protector there, because to me, my dad was my protector, but my dad was in a like the old people home, like the healthcare
like
facilities. He was there because he was older. My parents were older when they had me. So my dad was 62 when he had me. So of course he was alcoholic, a functioning alcoholic, military, all of that. But anyways, he became ill and stuff like that. So he wasn't there. So to me, if he would have been home, this would have not happened.
Right.
So
and that speaks to my point, right? Our the job of a parent, right, or the village is to protect, right, especially the men, to protect the women and children. I always say that. I keep saying it, right? And you're a living testament of, once these things happen, that seed that's planted there grows and it takes root, and then it starts bearing fruit, right? And the fruit that was being born was the anger, the you say promiscuity, the questioning of sexuality, and then the relationship issues.
Absolutely.
And
trust issues, all of that.
Right. Yeah,
all of that.
Yeah, and that's incredibly unfortunate. But here's what's crazy also is that, molestation in the Black community is incredibly prevalent. A lot of people try to, it's a cultural issue too. Don't nobody want to talk about that, right?
Yes.
But it's happening. Is happening a lot in the Black community, and has been for generations.
Yes.
Right. And I think then it's just me and my uneducated position that it's a holdover from slavery. Because back in the slavery days, they were forced to mate with relatives and daughters, and in these breeding programs and so on and so forth. When they outlawed the imports of slaves, that meant that those slaves had to then breed their own and start creating their own slaves, right? And there was a lot of that was going on. There's a lot of people commenting on the live too, saying you're a strong woman and very brave. Strong. So
yes. But can she answer my question though?
I thought she answered.
No. Should you tell people before you date? She never get answer.
So like I said, I told my husband, but I didn't go in depth. And there's a lot of women that I work with my ministry that I have, ma'am, that
what does that stand for?
Marriage after molestation. And so it's for singles and married. I do want to put that out there. It is for singles and married,
men and women,
men and women. So, but I'm called to the women. That's who I can help through this healing, because I'm not a man. So I think it is something that you should share, because you'll wonder why there's a disconnect in your marriage. And of course, I'm like, why is she acting like this? Or it could be the wife saying, why is he acting like this? Because of course, men are not vocal on saying, I was violated.
Right. Right. What man wants to say that?
Right.
And then you got this woman who does not have the capacity to even handle that and be like, oh girl, he gay.
Right.
No, just because I was violated, that does not make me gay. I'm sharing it. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to identify myself with that. I just wanted to let you know, hey, this has happened to me.
Right.
So
let me ask you this question. married after molestation. What are some of the common themes that you are hearing from the people that you encounter that are, come to your organization for support?
They haven't dealt with the childhood molestation or the rape. They haven't dealt with it. They're like, hey, I'm wondering why I'm feeling like this, or every time I get in a relationship, this happens. You have to heal. And healing is a journey. It's continuous. So once you think, oh, I'm good now, it's something else that might come back up. And so I just let everyone know that it's more than just a physical thing. It's spiritual as well. You got it. Mental health. You have to take care of your mental. So that's one of the main things, them not dealing with it, them not actually being okay talking about it. And so that's when I was able to be obedient with the Lord's like, hey, there's so many women that I need you to be in contact with to help them, because of course, I've seen on the show, you don't be talking about marriage a whole lot. Jelly bean team marriage, but
I need some mental health.
He gonna be married again.
Yeah, but marriage, it's important. And when there's a disconnect, it says that two become one, right? So when there's a disconnect because there's a lack of communication to a certain level, that inner healing, that is really big. Your mental health, you have to talk about that. That's something that you have to deal with, because it's like you said, it's a seed that was planted, it becomes a root and it grows.
And it affects every aspect of your life.
Yes.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
Every job, relationships on the job,
absolutely,
right? Relationships, interpersonal relationships,
relationships
with your kids.
Yes.
You can come out overly protective.
I know somebody like that. It's happened to her, and she's like, "No, my kids ain't going nowhere. Ain't spending no money. Nobody ain't doing nothing." But I have a question. With speaking all this help, have you sought help through a therapist? Like what?
Yes. So I received counseling as well as spiritual counseling. I got both.
Okay.
That's good to hear. Some people think they don't need both.
You're still getting it?
Yes, absolutely. I have the best mentor, counselor. I don't even know what to call her, sister. I have the best. We talk. She makes me talk things through. And I think she's watching. Hi, Joyce.
Hey, Joyce.
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 Yes,
okay.
Joyce.
Send her a shout. Shit.
Joyce Neely.
Okay.
She should be on there.
All them millions of Joyces out there.
Right. Hey, Joyce.
Hey, Joyce.
So, but yes,
like we're talking
so it's a continuous thing.
Yeah.
So even while I'm helping these other young ladies, you still got to get help. You got to talk about
what you struggle with today then.
What do I struggle with today? Man, that's a good one, Jelly. I would say sometimes my confidence in walking in who I am, because I'm not one of those people who, people get the big head and they just be like, I got this. I'd be like, no, I ain't got this. So even coming here today, I was like, oh, I'm so nervous.
You done been how many times?
Right. And I come here, y'all like family to me. Right. I just never.
She does my hair and makeup, y'all. If y'all want to see the face behind my hair and makeup, this is her right there. Okay.
Have you embraced your purpose? The fact that maybe, see, a lot of times I tell people, we don't know.
God, he always got it.
We don't know why it's happening when we're in them traumas, right?
Yes.
And the interesting thing about it is, when you are in survival mode in these traumas, you black out, right? And you're not even walking in a real reality. You walking in this space where your mind and your body converts to survival mode.
Listen,
am I lying?
Yeah, that's what it is. Like, it's just that. But I have come into agreement with what I know that it's bigger than me now. At first I was like, why? But now I know that it's bigger than me. And so there's other women who need me.
Yes. So with the book, in the book that they have, I don't got the book. And I ain't got the hands. They ain't gonna be zooming in my hands. I'm talking about my hands.
Okay, come to me.
What can they expect to learn in this book? The beauty in my scars.
And those are the actual scars, right?
Yeah, those are scars on her body.
Yeah.
That is actually my chest.
Look how she's smiling at them scars. Though.
I
smiles
can smile now.
Look, change the camera. The scars. Look, she's smiling through them scars. Okay.
I can smile now.
Yeah, I know you smile about them scars, girl. Cause look,
right. But there's purpose in everything.
Yeah, I know
there is. So in this book, it's gonna take you on a journey.
Okay.
Starting from when I was born, all the way into me walking into my full purpose of helping other women, and how there was no, like, I couldn't have did this by myself. Like at all. I had people who were pushing me, as well as me being able to trust who God was calling me to be. So a lot of people don't trust who God is calling them to be.
Yeah. You know, interestingly enough, and we'll wrap up here, but interestingly enough, a lot of times when, you know, we don't know what the purpose of us going through what we go through. Right. You know, and we survive. But I tell people, you survived it for a reason.
Yes, don't let it be in vain.
Right. And there is purpose in everything. And then when years later, you know, when you look back and you start seeing how everything is laying out in front of you and it's almost effortless, the people that you needed, right time, right place, right? Then you understand, okay, this is my purpose. So I need to be telling my story. Your story is your gold. I keep on saying that.
And I commend you for telling your story.
Yeah, and
like they said, it takes courage to be, to be an open book and face scrutiny, because somebody needs to hear it. So hopefully this encourages somebody else to tell their story to help other people. Because I always say, what God takes you through is your ministry. So I have a ministry. You have one, Parkinson.
He got one.
The Lord's still working Kojak, and I don't know what
he help people. I believe he does.
Thank you, baby.
Because he helps even having you on the show.
Thank you. There you go.
You into
hold on. You don't win left. You don't win left. You don't win left. No, I'm helping him. Don't put it on him.
Man, y'all give it up, Sherita.
Come on, man.
Give it up.
Where can they buy this book?
They can purchase the book at manmovement.com as well as Amazon. Man Movement, you'll get a personal signature, little message, all of that if you get it from the manmovement.com.
All right. Y'all heard it right here on the Antonio Parkinson Project. Again, y'all give it up for Sherita in the building, baby.
So proud of you.
Yeah, baby. Married after molestation, now movement. So thank you for everything you do. We truly appreciate you. What a golden soul.
I know.
What a golden soul.
Strong.
So listen, y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Share this show, because this will be very helpful to a lot of people. Don't you think so, Angela?
Yes,
definitely.
All right.
Definitely.
Man, again, thank y'all for watching. We'll see you on the next show. You've been watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
Boss dripper like a broke faucet, diamond teether, and my neck glossing, project flossing, taking no lossing, ain't trying to go up that creek like Dawson, ain't no pausing, no stagnation, pockets on swole like pregnation, brand new house, brand new cars, I'm from the hood, gentrification, money flipper, straight go getter, I want the back and keep the liquor, partner strapped in, we never slipper, God gon' keep us, he gon' deliver, pata, still on the money, the bag, some more and some more, my face on that flag, ew, still on the money, the bag, some more and some more, my face on that flag.
Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Mic check, this your boy, Pimp Type, MJG. Yeah, man, and this your dog, Big Ball. And y'all know what this is. This the Antonio Parkinson Project. You hear me?
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
Powered by Black Market Strategies.